Alright everyone, good afternoon and welcome back again to more Muv-Luv Photonmelodies Resurrection. Oh my god guys, I gotta say I'm actually enjoying this one just as much as I was the other previous games that came with this particular VN, just because holy crap, the interactions once more, as well as the main characters, are just as interesting as Adoration. I thought Adoration had me, but now we got this one too, and we just started, so I don't know what else to say other than I can't wait to see where this game takes us, if anything. I don't know if it's going to be as short as Adoration or maybe even longer. We'll find that out soon enough. So, if anything else, hope you all continue to enjoy. Thank you for the love and support. And let's do this. Because let's be real, you can't possibly say the regular Type C uniform is exactly all that flattering. At least, not when compared to the more form-fitting outfit. He ain't wrong. Right, that's it. This design works precisely because it's derived from the Type C uniform. The contrast between the Doctor's own colorful additions and the boring base design really makes the whole thing much more daring and sensual overall. I have to concede the skirt length isn't the most practical, but it's perfect for a stage performance by, Moral Core. Dr. Kozuki sure is a wonder to behold. She might be kinda funny in the head, but she really has an outstanding intellect. Surely the line between genius and madman is paper thin. She is an honest-to-God pioneer. The entire world should adopt her Type A uniform. Morale on the front lines would definitely skyrocket.
そこまで気に入ってくれたのなら嬉しいわ。この形になるまで何度もありもに。ま、そんな話はどうでもいいわね。
So, is there any point to this, Doctor?
この中の一人をあんたの案内役につけるから、誰がいいかって話よ。
Ridiculous! Is this really a UN military base? Because it seems to me this place could very well pass for a run-of-the-mill establishment in any red light district. The way it usually goes, the most qualified person is given the assignment. There has to be something deeply wrong with discipline here if they're asking me to pick my guide based on looks alone. These girls may be here to boost morale, but they're still soldiers first and foremost. And yet the Doctor expects me to make a decision mere minutes after meeting them for the first time. This is frivolity at the highest order. Not to mention, Renzo would never go out with someone without first making sure they're compatible. If he wouldn't do it, then I can't either.
言っておくけど、誰も優秀よ。あんたのパートナーは十分に務まるわ。保証する。みんな少しでも私のわがままでわざわざ欧州からやってきたあんたの力になりたいって言ってね。
This is also due to your whims too, right?
能力的にみんな同じなら、あんたの好みで選んでもらおうってことになったの。
That sounds reasonable. All these women want to help me. How fascinating. Maybe I was overthinking it.
それじゃ、とりあえず自己紹介させましょうか。誰から行く？
They're all embarrassed. There's too much pressure on these poor girls. Of course, no one wants to be the first to break the ice. I've heard Japanese women are sort of shy and reserved, but that's not the issue here. The problem is with how they're all lined up. I could swear I've stepped right into a brothel.
では、ここは私から。よ、さすがは隊長。
So she's their commander.
私は特殊任務部隊 A01、通称バルキリーズの隊長いすみみちる隊よ。よろしく、オルランディ注意。
What? I wonder what she's blackmailing them with. There's no way all of them would act this way, especially her. Isumi? No. Passionate yet with an obvious dash of restraint, or perhaps confident yet anxious would be a more accurate description. She's bold, but her timidity also shines through. Is he mentally recording this? This tantalizing feeling of two opposite qualities coming together in one person. I have no idea what to call this phenomenon, but by God do I like it. I know what you would think, my friend. A lady on the streets and a freak in the sheets. Oh, the translation really is a little bit, chosen, if you will. Up, here we go again. Yes, I read you loud and clear. A news bulletin straight from her chest. Study shows sizes and everything. You will find no disagreement here, personally. I think the Dr. Super Battleship Yamato class boobs might just be a bit too much to handle. On the other hand, the Captain's Heavy Cruiser Mogami class twins are far more ergonomic and literally within your grasp. No doubt Renzo would have given them high marks, an A-, or maybe even an A if he was feeling generous.
私のことはミチルンって呼んでね。ルンルン
Wow. Huh? Critical hit to the third bridge!
あれあと、タイ、それはなんか違った。私、やりすぎた？やりすぎっていうか。
Oh no.
オルランディ注意。これは。
I understand. You don't need to worry.
え？
An eccentric display like that could never sully your charm.
気候。
The difference between women in Japan and those in the West is quite remarkable. I must thank you for driving the point home so forcefully.
ありがとう。なんとなく嬉しいわ。
Even a naval mine wouldn't deliver a blow that strong. The cultural rift between the Japanese and Christian worlds might be deeper than it seems.
いすみは早々に脱落ね。じゃあ次、鈴宮姉。はい。
The uniform may well be daring, but she most definitely is not. I'm pegging her as the common introverted type. Yeah, she does exactly strike me as a confident. This must be quite an ordeal for her.
私、鈴宮遥はここにいます。コマンドポストオフィサーを務める注意なの。シルビオくん、よろしくね。おお。切れてます。鈴宮注意。切れてます。あなたのこと出会う前からずっと見てたの。だから今日はスパゲッティ記念日。ソースがトマトで美味しいよ。
What is Kosuke blackmailing you all with? Come on. Are you kidding me? No one would say this. What? What's going on with his nose? Is she alright?
ねえ、シルビオくん、おまじないしよう。おお。切れてます。鈴宮注意。切れてます。
This is bad. She might actually believe things like magic and charms are real, which speaks volumes about her mental health. Nevertheless, her act has certainly piqued my interest. That childish credence of hers is stirring up my protective instincts, but for some reason I get the impression she's much tougher than she looks. We're back to recording. Or have we always been recording? I'm just noticing this now. And although I generally prefer them to be a little bigger, just like their owner, their modesty is weirdly enticing.
夜空に星が瞬く影で、二人の笑いがこだまする。星から星に離れても、二人がそれを即参上。やめてよ。そんな風にされたら、恥ずかしいよ。何を今さら、やるわね、はるか。怖い子。これは確実にキープ入ったでしょ。じゃあ次、早瀬。Yes, Mom!
This one seems quite spunky.
はじめまして。シルビオ注意。私は早瀬美月。あなたと同じ注意なの。奇遇よね。運命を感じちゃうわ。切れてます。早瀬注意。切れてます。あら、 あなたと会えた嬉しさでついそうそう、ちなみにこれでも体には自信があるのよ。
So far the most forward of the bunch. That's nice to know, but I'd rather keep this professional if you don't mind. There's no denying that she possesses quite the extraordinary pair, big, but not overly so. No doubt any red-blooded male would be glad to fondle these. I'm sure Renzo would already have his hands all over them, for my friend was a man true to his instincts, and he was not one who would let an opportunity like this pass him by without copping a feel. But alas, an unrestrained assertiveness makes her come across as somewhat overbearing, which completely overshadows her sex appeal.
なに？どうしたのよ、シルビオ。元気がないわね。
He's disappointed in that all that shy. Or more classy, I guess. I am? I don't think anything's wrong.
もう、ほらほら、元気出さないとダメだぞ。3、2、1、はい、ハッスルハッスル。
What?
ほら、元気出して。元気ですかなんて。あ、静かだと思ったら別の方が元気になっちゃった。もうどこ見てんの？エッチーン。綾瀬注意、そこで下ネタは。
And of course she's disappointed because it went, it went down a very shadier path. I think she was such a beauty before she started running her mouth. What a shame. Lieutenant Hayase, what a shame. Something the matter, Doctor?
なんでもないわ。じゃあ次は誰？風間行ってみる？はじめまして、オルランディ注意。私は風間塔子少尉。塔子とお呼びになって。ちょーっと。
Ooh.
ちょっ。切れてます。風間少尉、切れてます。
It was just a normal introduction. When you think of traditional Japanese beauty, you think of this. I've never encountered someone quite like her. I'm sure the same holds true for Renzo. Because if he had, I'd have never heard the end of it. The pleasure's all mine, Lieutenant Kazuma. You're quite the beauty. It's not flattery. I meant what I said. Oh, recording back on. Ah, of course. Let's focus on the important aspects. She spells trouble. I need to come up with countermeasures ASAP. Just to be on the safe side, I should record everything and go over the footage as many times as necessary, strictly for the mission, of course. On another note, it's quite peculiar how I keep coming across situations that Renzo never experienced. Each time I rack my brains trying to predict what he would have done in my position and react to the situation accordingly. But this is completely uncharted territory. I don't know how to respond. My entire being is captivated. Maybe magic is real after all. My apologies, this is my first time conversing with a woman possessing such elegance. A crystalline mix of purity and refinement. How forcefully she opens the door to my heart with that bewitching smile of hers. Please forgive me, I'm at a loss for words. You're too lovely for me to think straight.
たとえお世辞でも嬉しいですわ。あは。ちょっと風間、あんたいつも通りじゃない。もっとセクシーに迫りなさいよね。いえいえ、私のできる限りのセクシーで頑張ってみましたわ。
That's sexy. I think everyone here is sexy.
このかまととぶって、あんたはるかより黒いわね。みつき、ひどいよ。シルビオ、あんたこれが好みなの？風間がいいわけ？
I can't say yet. I need more time.
は？
I do think Lieutenant Kazuma is lovely. My words were true. However, what I think is meaningless. I need more time to consider the options. My friend, what would you do in this situation? I need to know.
よくわからないけど、じゃあひとまず次行くわよ。宗方。
Oh, I'm curious about Munakata.
宗方にさえ注意だ。よろしく。
Deadpan. Nice.
宗方注意。ちょっとこっちに来い。 失礼。
She's beautiful. And what a mysterious air she has about her.
宗方ミサイ注意だ。よろしく。宗方ミサイ注意だ。よろしく。
He's remembering already. Soulful eyes filled with sorrow. A pair of lips that longs for solitude. Long, slender fingers made to seize love. A walking contradiction. What kind of man could be able to reach this girl who sets herself beyond anyone's grasp? You're the only one who could be my friend. She's the only one worthy of being with you.
シルビオ・オルランディ注意。
And now it's playing instead of recording. Huh?
さっきはごめんなさい。ちょっと怒っていたものだから。
Irritated.
風間少尉は確かに魅力的だけど、あそこまで褒めることはないのにって。どうしてかしらね。おお。切れてます。宗方少尉、切れてます。
How inconsiderate of me. Please excuse my thoughtlessness. What a blunder, my friend. You're supposed to nurture affection before you zone out and make your target jealous. That I have failed to follow the proper steps shows how much I still have to learn.
宗方、自分に正直になることはいいことだぞ。そうだぞ。やればできるじゃないか。注意。なんだかかっこいいです。
I'll say all these women are skillful in their own right. I love how each of them have their own set of charms.
ヤシロ、間違いありません。
Oh.
じゃあ次行きましょうか。はい、私は。
No, I think I've seen enough. I have no doubt all Valkyries are more than capable to serve as my host.
あ、そう。
Really? I wanted to see her too. What the hell?
なら案内役は誰がいいか選んでちょうだい。私、一体何のために。
I can only pick but one rose from this magnificent garden. A veritable tragedy. This does no justice to their beauty.
ああ、そういうのいいからちゃっちゃと選んでくれる？
It's a hard choice, but since you're putting me on the spot, don't fucking give me the choice. Do not do it. Just pick. I would like Lieutenant Munakata to guide me. Yes!
何？へえ、宗方ね。
I've met hundreds of women in the field, yet none were like her.
いいわよ。あんたの意思は尊重するわ。宗方、そういうことだからお願いね。了解しました。
She looks upset. Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along.
ええ。じゃあ宗方、部屋まで案内しておいて。残りはこのまま反省会よ。
Reflection? God.
了解。
Reflection session.
なんでもないわ。私たちは行きましょう。
This really does kind of feel like a brothel. I forgot what would you call the head woman in that situation. I forgot the title, but Kozuki seems like that type of person right now. Like she's gonna reprimand the other girls for not getting their patron. But of course, if you excuse me.
宗方、頑張りなさいよ。みつき、宗方注意、頑張ってね。ミサイさん、頑張ってくださいね。さあ、ここがあなたの部屋よ。
Thank you, Lieutenant Munakata. Let's clean the room just in case. What is it, Lieutenant? Whoa! Ow! Lieutenant Munakata, what's the matter?
Shh. 静かに。
Dear Lord, talk about getting straight to the point. I've heard that Japanese women were graceful and modest, but Lieutenant Munakata is behaving in a way that puts even Italian women to shame. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Indeed, I have chosen wisely. My duties are my top priority, but I would never be so dense as to reject the advances of such a fine specimen. This is a person of record. I've never gotten physical with a woman so quickly. In fact, I'm somewhat surprised things are developing in such a swift manner. My friend, it seems I'm becoming more like you with each passing day.
動かないで。
She's burning with passion. It's only right I return her affections.
もうオルランディ注意ってば。強引ね。それがイタリア式？
What? What's going on?
でも残念ね。私はこう見えて古風な女なの。段取りが必要なのよ。
I don't follow. Is she tying you up?
静かにして。盗聴器を枕の中に仕掛けてあった。
Ah. What?
あなたも早く部屋を洗って。
Got it.
結局盗聴器の類はこれ一つだったわね。
Are you certain? Seems so. Now Lieutenant Munakata and I need to ask just that.
よく聞いて、オルランディ注意。私は欧州連合情報軍所属のスリーパー。あなたの協力者よ。
Uh-huh. That makes no sense. How could she be a sleeper? Lieutenant, I appreciate your willingness to help, but I'm afraid I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about.
そう。じゃあ話題を変えましょう。シルビオ、あなたの
Julia's bar. I like the atmosphere. You'll never guess what the house special is.
そう。水ね。
He's like, what? Now this is quite the surprising development. Never thought you'd be the collaborator. Was the guide selection process rigged in some way?
まさかあなたと私の相性が良かったんでしょ。私こそ驚いたわ。
Is that so? What a twist of fate. Almost makes me believe that the whole God works of mysterious wasting again.
それにしてもあなたが来てくれて助かったわ。基地内での調査も行き詰まっていたの。
I'm gonna need to hear more about that. I was told to establish contact with our man inside the Gotos institution and that there would be an agent on the side to provide support. I wasn't quite expecting to hear you've hit a dead end.
なるほど。情報軍はそこまでたどり着いたのね。
Oh, dude, I think she's... Well, I mean, it is Professor Kozuki that planned this, so it wouldn't surprise me at all. What do you mean?
この基地には私の他にも複数のスリーパーが潜入しているわ。でも私たちはそれぞれ独自の指令を受けて活動している。その情報は情報軍で集約されるものの、こちらには一切全容が降りてこないというわけ。
So it's her specific mission that's reached a standstill. That comes with the territory. No other way to get around the spy filter.
私に与えられたのはあなたと接触しろということだけ。あなたが次の指令を持ってきたわけではないのね。
Oh, she wants me to reveal my intentions. Okay. Regrettably, no. One of the other agents you mentioned must have them. Be that as it may, it's quite convenient that we have an excuse to be together. Nobody would suspect a thing.
ええ。盗聴器を仕掛けるほどあなたも警戒されているとすれば、表向きの用もないのに接触するのは危険だもの。
Which reminds me about that bug.
光月副司令の指示でしょうね。あの人の慎重さは徹底してるもの。欧州連合からの使者がすんなり自分の願いを聞き届けて警護のためだけに来るなんて思っているわけがない。
My thoughts exactly.
でも安心して。さすがに子飼いの秘密部隊に私のような工作員がいるなんて思ってはいないから。
Of course. What a frightening woman. There's something I've been meaning to ask, though.
何かしら？
You're fully conscious of your role as the EU intelligence core agent. How come the spy filter didn't see through you? As part of her special unit, the XO shouldn't have reason to suspect you, but there's no way she'd let you go completely unchecked.
そうね。確かに定期的にチェックされている可能性はゼロではないわ。でもおそらく大丈夫。私は東洋に伝わる禅とヨーガを組み合わせた精神鍛錬を行ったことによって思考を抽象化することができるの。だから 私の本心は彼女には伝わっていないはずよ。
Zen and yoga. I've heard of both, but the specifics are completely alien to me. It seems that in Asia, particularly in the Far East, the spiritual is prized above the physical. I guess that's what makes them capable of dealing with all this madness.
もちろんそれだけじゃないわ。詳しいことはわからないけど、私たちの舞台上には特殊な素子とチップが織り込まれているらしいの。それを身につけていると思考を読み取られることはない。副司令はそう言っているわ。信頼の証なんだって。
Meaning you're doubly protected if she speaks the truth, but even if she's bluffing, the spy filter would only pick up abstract information she's not capable of interpreting. Okay, I think I'm getting the picture. One more thing. Considering all the information is scattered, how much do you actually know?
現時点では五島機関に所属する内通者が情報の提供と引き換えに身柄の保護を求めていることまでかしら。
What? You mean our source wants to get extracted? Why?
理由は聞かされてはいないけど想像に難くないわよね。五島機関はベータブリッド研究の最前線だもの。
The informant wants to jump ship? I didn't hear anything about this in the briefing. Assuming it's true, that's definitely going to pose a problem. Director Goldman strictly forbade sabotage, but that was because the EU expected to get more intel from the same source in the future. Now that it's out of the question, this might be our only chance to take care of the Goto institution. The alternative would be to disclose our intentions and find a way to secure the informant's continued well-being going forward. How can I get in touch with the informant? Do I need to personally go to the laboratory?
そうね。接触するにはそれしかない。内通者が何者かは分かっていないの。その性別すらも。
In that case, take me there right now. I've been told the lab is below an abandoned hangar in the woods near the training grounds, but I'm not sure where exactly the entrance is located.
え？ああ、そうだったの。なるほど。でも、おそらく行っても会うことはおろか、研究所にたどり着くことも無理でしょう。
She looks surprised because she learned something new that was unexpected for her, you know? I wonder how much Kozuki shared with the team before trying to get Silvio to come clean or whatever. Why?
その場所はかねてから不吉な噂の絶えない場所でね。その真偽を求めて、これまで何人もそこを訪れているの。にもかかわらず、何一つ発見されていない。
Empty-handed? As in they didn't even manage to enter the lab? That must mean the entrance is somewhere else altogether.
理由はそれだけじゃないわ。内通者は接触する条件をこちらに突きつけているの。彼、もしくは彼女が提示する暗号を解けた場合にのみ、研究所への道が開けるそうよ。
Utterly ridiculous. What purpose does that serve?
テストでしょ。それをクリアできない者に命は預けられないということでしょうね。
I understand the need for caution, but this is borderline paranoia. Please show me. Let's solve them right away.
今は無理ね。まだその暗号が届いていない。
Are you kidding?
焦らないで、シルビオ。ここでは焦りは禁物よ。
But we don't have time for this. I'm guessing Director Goldman had no idea about the informant's penchant for stupid games. He couldn't have, otherwise, what would be the point in ordering me to conduct an on-site investigation? I have no means to contact Intelligence Corps at HQ. How should I proceed? I can't afford to misstep here, or I'll let this golden opportunity slip right through my fingers. All I've been working for in the last few years would have been for nothing.
とにかく、肩の力を抜いて落ち着いて。そんなことでは、いかにあなたが思考のリーディングを妨げられても、普段の態度に出てしまうわ。
She's right. Even if my hyper-ceramic cranium shields my thoughts from the spy filter, I can still blow my cover by drawing too much attention to myself. I need to keep my temper in check. Can't afford to lose my cool every time something related to the beta braid comes up. Thank you, Lieutenant. That was a much-needed reality check. I'm glad my partner is someone this reliable.
やめてよ、こんなことぐらいで。くすぐったいじゃない。
Well, looks like this is going to be one of my most tedious assignments yet. Once we establish contact with the informant, we'll make collecting information an alternative for our top priority.
ええ。さて、 そろそろ私は退散するわ。これ以上の長いは危険だもの。
She's gonna report back to Kozuki.
盗聴器は返しておくから扱いには気をつけてね。
What beautiful eyes you have, Lieutenant. Like those of the moon goddess Artemis. I wish I could gaze into them forever.
そうでも私は同じ女神でもヘカテの方かもしれない。
Well, well, you know your Greek mythology, Lieutenant. The goddess of necromancy is she who connects the realms of the living and the dead. I must say, I see more to your words than you might mean to imply.